Alrighty, so a couple of days ago I made a video talking about Splitgate 2. It is right here, 8 days ago. What happened to Splitgate? I basically just talk about a little bit about 1047 games, so I talk about Splitgate 1 and mostly Splitgate 2, why I think the player count was not so high, like just why the game did not succeed too well. I'm not much of a Steam charts Andy. I do look at Steam charts a fair bit, but I'd never like try to use it to upset people or whatever. Like if you want to look at the Steam charts, that's up to you. And then also it's like, yeah, we don't truly know console, player count, etc, whatever. But Splitgate 1 and 2 kind of got abandoned, and now it's apparently all three of 1047 games that are being abandoned. So over here on Twitter, when was this? This was, I guess, yesterday, August 26th. I don't have Twitter, so we're going to have to kind of read this in a annoying format, and this thing is just continuously telling me to continue to X. I am not continuing it. I'm going to put my cursor down here so that you guys don't have to deal with the thing showing up so much. Okay, never mind, it still shows up. Alright, so an update on Impulse, Splitgate, Arena Reloaded, and what's next for 1047 games. Today we have some difficult news to share. We are ending active development on Impulse and Splitgate Arena Reloaded. I'm sorry, my dog is barking. Corgis, man, they just yap so much. This is a hard update for us to write. We love these games and we know this will be disappointing and frustrating for a lot of people. We are sorry. The reality is that neither game is generating enough revenue to support the ongoing cost of dedicated servers. We have continued covering those costs because we want to give both games every opportunity to grow, but we have reached the point where that is no longer sustainable. We have loved working on these games, playing them and building them with this community, and we wish we could continue supporting them. What we do not want to do is simply shut the games down, which is good. It is nice to not at least have games shut down. Even if they are abandoned, they're no longer in active development, no longer actively being supported, the game still being up to at least just revisit occasionally, maybe play with some friends, private matches, whatever. That is nice. We believe people should be able to keep playing the games they love even after active development ends. The original Splitgate launched 7 years ago. When its dedicated servers went offline last year, we moved it to peer-to-peer so people could keep playing. It remains playable today, including on console. Wherever technically possible, we want that to be true of every game we make, which again, that's good. Like for the very least, you can keep playing the games. So we have reworked Impulse and Splitgate Arena Reloaded to support peer-to-peer play. That's good. On Thursday, September 3rd, both games will move to peer-to-peer hosting with a server browser. Dedicated servers and matchmaking will shut down, but players will still be able to host matches, find games, and play with friends forever. Impulse will also receive one new map and lower its price across all regions. It probably should be free. Let's be real at this point. It probably should have released free. I know pricing, we'll get into that in a little bit. This will be the final version of Impulse. Active development may be ending, but we'll still be playing Impulse and Splitgate Arena Reloaded and hanging out in the Discord. If you see us in a lobby, come say hi. Just getting this out there really quickly. Please don't go into their Discords and harass them, etc. I know it's right to be upset with them, absolutely. Harassment is just not the method. Like, I'm sure they understand that, yeah, this is pretty dang embarrassing. What's next? We started 1047 games 10 years ago because we love video games. Since then, more than 25 million people have played our games, and many of the people we've met along the way have become lifelong friends. After 10 years of focusing on live service shooters, our focus is changing. So maybe just regular single player campaign games, question mark? Because even though, yes, the Splitgate 1, 2, and Impulse have all just not worked out, they've all failed, they are at least very good feeling shooters. Like, they do at least feel nice, and graphically, just in terms of actual game development, they are pretty nicely made games. They are just not very appetizing to me people, and they're probably a little bit lacking on content. You kind of play them for like 5 hours and you're like, oh, that's fun, and then just never really hop on again. What we build next may look very different from what people expect from 1047 games, but I mean, at this point, people are just expecting failures, let's be real. So if you could build something different than that, that would be nice. But what has not changed is why we are here. We love making games. We have learned a lot over the years, and we will carry those lessons into what we build next. The lesson should just be make a good, appetizing game that is fully finished on launch. I mean, it's not rocket science. To everyone who worked on Splitgate, Splitgate Arena Reloaded, and Impulse, including those no longer at 1047, thank you. You put years of your lives into them, and we are grateful for what you helped us build. And to everyone who played, gave us feedback, made videos, argued about balance changes, discovered ridiculous movement tech, or brought friends into a lobby, thank you for being part of this with us. Thank you for the last 10 years, seeing you in the server browser, and Eon Prox and Nicholas Bagamian? Yeah, it's definitely getting butchered, I'm sorry. Co-founders 1047 Games. So yeah, that's a whole post from 1047 Games. I don't want to like repeat what I said in the last video talking about Splitgate, but 1047 Games just, oh my gosh, I mean really, like already when they were working on Impulse, not even Impulse, just Splitgate Arena Reloaded, I was like, why? Because how it went was Splitgate 1 started off in like early access, you know, kind of niche thing, kind of fun, kind of cool, kind of neat. It started to get popular, and then right as it started to get popular, they decided, oh yeah, let's make a sequel. But why though? The sequel didn't even have like a campaign or anything to actually really make it a sequel. It just had a Battle Royale mode, whoop-de-doo, which at that point was like 4 or 5 years too late, because the Battle Royale craze was mostly in like, you know, it's from about maybe 16 or 17 to about 2020 or 2021. I think the Battle Royale craze started to end in about 2022 or 2023. Seems like we're in a extraction shooter craze right now for some reason. I'm still not really seeing extraction shooters have a grand slam of a success yet. Like the ones that have been doing decently are still doing decently, you know. Escape from Tarkov, Hunt Showdown. Arc Raiders had its massive success, and then it's really kind of fell off a cliff. I don't know how the game itself is actually doing now, like in terms of just quality and fun, but people have kind of like, yeah, been there, done that, marathon, you already know. I really don't think extraction shooters are going to be the next big thing by any means. But Splitgate 2 released, what was it, last year? Or was it the year before? Something like that? I don't even remember at this point. I think it's last year. But it released. Splitgate 1 was already like pretty good, pretty liked by the community. Splitgate 2 already came out the bat with a lot of controversy, especially with what the CEO said on stage during the game's presentation. What was it? It was like, oh, we hear you. We want Titanfall 3 and etc. Make games great again and stuff like that. And yeah, that did not unfold too well. Now, I played Splitgate 2 for maybe 5 to 7 hours, and I enjoyed my time for sure, but I was not really itching to come back. I think for me, it's mainly just that the game kind of lacked on content. There were not very many game modes, not very many maps. It was nice how there was a big team battle mode, like I enjoyed that a fair bit, but for the most part, I was just not too crazy about their mode selection, their maps. There were not very many weapons. There was not really much of a progression system to the game. Like, even though, yeah, the state of Call of Duty now is quite laughable for sure, I still got plenty of hours out of Call of Duty just through the mastery camo grind. And even though that is such a painful experience, it got me playing a long time, that's for sure. And when I got it done, that was just so satisfying. I felt good. I quite enjoy mastery grinds like that. It's nice to just go for a long grind that not too many people do, and to actually come out on top of it. It feels good, and Splitgate didn't really have anything like that. I don't even know what the ranked rewards were, which for me, if I'm to play any sort of a multiplayer game, at least a PvP multiplayer game, I kind of need at least some sort of goal that I want to reach, and I kind of need stuff to grind for, or at least one or the other really, because like for Marvel Rivals, it's to, you know, reach a high rank, and also the gameplay was just fun, especially on launch. Everyone was new to the game. It was just a great time. It was a very fun game for sure, and trying to climb the ranks was pretty satisfying. And you do have a fair bit of cosmetics to grind for, right? You got the Lord icons and that other stuff. I've not really kept up with Marvel Rivals for a while, but there's a fair bit of progression to grind for. And even though it's not the most fun thing to grind, there still was the Battle Pass, at least, to have at least something to go for. And a lot of the Battle Pass cosmetics have been pretty good, and it still seems pretty fairly priced, and it can be a returning Battle Pass. It's some good stuff, really. But Splitgate 2 just did not really have anything that made me want to come back, and especially when the player count starts dwindling, I kind of get a little less interested, because I just don't know how fast it's going to keep dwindling. I don't really want to face the exact same players over and over and over again. I don't want to have to wait 5+ minutes for a match. And some people might say, oh yeah, waiting 5+ minutes for a match, that's not too bad. But that adds up over time. Like, yeah, it's 5 minutes for one match, but then it's 10 minutes for 2 matches, 15 minutes for 3 matches. It really adds up a lot. And then it's really hard for me to have any interest in wanting to play Splitgate 2 even more when they already just abandoned it for another game when they already did that with Splitgate 1. And Impulse, I literally did not try at all, because why should I at that point? With how many times 1047 Games has abandoned a game, like fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. And hey, they're abandoning Impulse now too, so I mean, like, how is 1047 still running? Genuinely, I don't know how the company is still up and running and has not been shut down. I believe there's been layoffs, but I mean, how old even is Impulse at this point? Impulse released in early access on June 24th, so what, it's been like almost 2 months? The game didn't even survive more than 2 months, and it's $20 on Steam. Now, I know games, you know, they can't all be free, right? But I mean, people will spend money on a game if it's a good, fun game. And there are, you know, kind of differences in how people value a game's price. You know, what is $20 to me? Well, to me, $20 is a game that is fun for maybe at least 10 hours. That's like a pretty good time for at least 10 hours. Or it's like maybe 5 hours, but it's a great time, like one of my best experiences ever. That's how I kind of am when it comes to buying games. I mean, heck, I'm even hesitant to like buy a game that's like $5 for like 5 hours of enjoyment. A lot of people just want to get like a very nice bang for their buck, right? Because hey, I mean, for example, Half-Life 1 right now, it's available for $10 on Steam, I believe. And I know that I'll probably get maybe around 10 hours of a great time on it, but I'm still waiting for a sale, because why not? I mean, Half-Life is definitely going to go on sale at some point, and it will probably be like $1 or $2, and I mean, $2 for 10 hours, like heck yeah. That really is like the two factors to determine a price to me. It's how fun the game is and just how many hours of enjoyment I can get out of it. It's not like some direct 1-to-1 ratio or something. There is no ratio. It's just, it's kind of measured by vibes. Does this game look really interesting, and am I willing to spend the price for it? Or am I willing to wait for a Steam sale for it? So I don't really know what's next for 1047. I would say probably just do a single player first person campaign, because their first person games, they do feel pretty good, if nothing else. Now, why do I think all three games failed? Well, like I said, Splitgate 1, as soon as they got success, they were like, yep, time to make a sequel for not really much reason. What they did in Splitgate 2 could have been done to Splitgate 1. And then Splitgate 2, they tried changing it up a bit, making it into Splitgate Arena Reloaded. No one really cared at that point, because first impressions are the only impressions that actually matter. Or rather, they're the most important impressions, because if you capture a large audience at the start of a game, chances are a large audience is going to continue following the game. It's not often that a game starts with a very small audience that eventually actually gets to be a massive audience. There are very few examples of games that have made a comeback like that, and especially in this day and age with just how many games there are to play, first impressions, they just matter even more. Then Splitgate 2, I talked about why it kind of fell off, just not a whole lot to the game. Game release kind of really just unfinished and got boring quick for a lot of people, I think. And then Impulse, I mean, at that point people are like, yeah, 1047, I mean, they're not very trustworthy, let's be real. And there was some marketing for Impulse, but not a ton. And granted, what money do they have to even market it at this point? And then their fourth game that's coming out at some point, well, I mean, we'll have to see how that goes. All I can say is, yeah, I'm not very trusting of them.